Hey, hey, hey. I know this is real random. Y'all haven't seen me in forever. Hey, y'all. Hi, have y'all missed me? I miss a lot of y'all. So we are going to do a quick little flip through. I think I'm going to set up a journal page. And yeah. And then I'll talk about the 3-day challenge that is coming up this Wednesday. And then we're going to get on off of here, y'all. So this is a fly by your seat live. It may stay up, it may not. But we're going to talk about the new notebook that I'm in. I did have someone ask a question on social media, like, am I still planning? Am I still in planners and all of that great stuff? And the answer to that question is yes, I am still in my planners. I am basically curating my channel to focus more on journals, okay? I still love planners like no other. However, my passion is with teaching women how to journal and showing women that it is okay to journal. And I don't feel like I can effectively get that across if most of my videos are focusing on planning, right? So I said, all right, girl, you're going to have to take a step back and figure out what it is that you want to show your audience. And I know that is going to cause a little bit of a shift in my audience, and I'm totally okay with that. But I need to take a step back. Now, I didn't take a step back completely. I am still visible on my other social media platforms. I think I see quite a few of y'all that are still following me on other social media platforms, so I appreciate you all for that. Wanted to say thank you. All right, so let's talk about the journal. Well, it's a notebook. I'm gonna say it's a notebook because I house quite a bit in here. Do I have journal moments? Yes. Do I do a little bit of planning? Yes, I'm able to put the two together in here. So this is not my overall journal. So this is not my it can't go on screen type of journal, but it's a little book that can go everywhere with me. And hey, Monique, and it's inside of my, this is a Foxy Fix. Don't know numbers or any of that, but this is an A6 size. And so this is a Stalogy. I think I'm saying that right. And I love this little notebook, y'all. It is a grid notebook. So y'all know I like dot grid. It can be square grid, anything that gives me faint lines. And so this is what I have been in lately. And like I mentioned before, I'm still in the EC. The Clever Fox, not so much. Hobonichi, I'm still filling that out. But outside of that, I actually add days in here too, okay? So I'm going to kind of do a quick little flip through here so y'all can see. And then I'm going to create a page in here. So I started this booklet on August 27th. And just so y'all can see how it's developing, this is how much is already filled so far. And then that's what's left. And I think it's 365 pages in here. So I covered the inside with the little cardstock, some type of paper, y'all, a little bit of washi. And then I used some stickers out of my shop. There's a flash 25% off sale today. I'll add that link later. And then I did a little journal entry. And then here, just some little paper. What I like about this, y'all, you can actually decorate it if you want to. If not, just write little notes as you're on the go. I'll probably go back in and put some affirmations in here. And then that's when my child had a sports physical. And this is one of my favorite pages right here, Speak Life Daily. And then again, if I need to take notes, if I'm going to do a little journal moment, my child's bless their little flag football. So his school doesn't do contact sports. They have a little flag football team. Oh, bless their little hearts, y'all. And so again, I just add little stuff in here. When I did the 7-day boot camp, I created a page in here to talk about how thankful I was for everybody. And I had 82 people sign up, so that was exciting. I hope you all enjoyed it. I don't know if I have any of you all on here that did the boot camp, and hopefully you are still journaling. And then this was the start of September. That was my break. And then this is my September goals. Thanks, Pine. Y'all, Pine rocks with me, okay? Pine be rolling with me. And then this is like, so I really like this where you can put a little calendar, y'all, because I try to find stuff to do with my calendars. Like, should I just do birthdays and stuff? Now, I don't go along to get along, but I also don't want to waste a whole calendar view. So this works more for me, just if I'm on the go, just so it's like, okay, what's that date? I need to look back at it. So that was cool. And then I created an events page. Oh, no, and you don't have to. That's the thing. Like, I've been telling people, y'all don't have to show your journals. Just talk to me. Let me know that you're still in the journaling mood. If you need some tips, that's the only thing that I usually ask for. And then this is my flower cardstock that I use. I have a lot. When I say a lot, y'all, I have a lot of scrapbooking paper, cardstock. So I'm trying to get into using it. The It's Above Me Now sticker is from my shop. Over here was a little self-care, a little small journal entry. And so what you'll notice with my journal entries in here, they're kind of like limited. So it's not like a whole Dear Diary moment. There are a few here and there, but not like that. Self-care daily. My Patreons, we're working on self-care now. You said you've been hoarding up. We've been working on self-care this month, which is really eye-opening for myself as well. So every now and then I'll create a couple of those pages. And so I like inspirational quotes. So again, y'all, this is a notebook. It can be used in any kind of way. Journal moments, planner moments, taking notes, list making. And y'all will see I even do grocery lists and everything in here. This was my son's game day. They actually had, it was canceled, turned into a scrimmage, and I didn't print his photo out yet. They actually won the scrimmage game. That didn't count, but whatever. And then my line sister got married, so I printed a little picture. So you can print your personal pictures in here, write a small caption and a write-up. So that was a fun journal moment. I love brain dumps. Y'all know I'm huge on brain dumps. You can brain dump about what you need to do for the week. You can create journal brain dumps, anything that you can think of. This was family day. Was that matter of fact, last Sunday? It was Grandparents' Day, so that was a great day. Just a little piece of scrapbooking paper. And then over here is purr, find your peace, unplug, and relax. If you followed me for a while, you know that is a method that I teach about, purring. And then over here, I just said what I needed to do for peace, what I needed to do to unplug, and then what I needed to do to relax. So that was there. This was actually a affirmation side right here, and this was actually a planner page. Okay, this is something that I needed to do. I had it on me while I was on the go. A lot of stuff happened on that day, a lot of stuff didn't. I feel like that's the day that I pulled my back. It is pulled muscle in the back, so this day didn't end up being as productive as the page looks. Okay, so sometimes that stuff happens. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't finish all your plans. This again, I actually finished it, didn't check off. This is a grocery store list. And I did some tips on how to journal. This page can actually be seen on my Instagram page. Just 5 little quick tips to get people writing. This is a fitness page, basically a journal entry about my fitness, the plan of things that I want to do to get started. And then that's a weekend goal that I set. I like to set goals weekly, whether I make them or not. Didn't make this goal, but I'll make it this week. And then I like to write the vision plain and clear, okay? And then this is the weekly recap. So we know I like to do weekly recaps. We talk about weekly recaps. And this is the new traffic light that I have listed in my store. And then the title of each thing that we say all the time, what's not working, what needs adjusting, and what is working. My son's game day. So what I do know for a fact, every game will be listed in here. And then when track season starts, every track meet and his records, his times will be listed for track once track season starts. And then that was the 14th, list to do, and then a small journal entry. I went to an event called Jazz Under the Stars. So I created a page literally at the Jazz Under the Stars, wrote a little small caption. This is my plan for self-care this week. So again, notebook, anything that you want in here goes in here for me. Brain dump, favorite thing again. And then this was from this morning, do what you love, and you'll never have a problem with Monday. Y'all know how I feel about people that complain about Monday. Monday didn't do it to you, your attitude did. And once you change your attitude, as a blank slate, I don't know what's going to go on there. I'm just shopping my stash and using up some stickers so that I feel like I haven't wasted all this money on these sticker books that I haven't been using, all right? So that was my flip through of my Stylogy for y'all. Hope y'all like that quick little flip through. And now let us create a page. All right, so y'all know I do flowers. Everything flowers. So let's see what we're gonna do with these. I'm pulling them the wrong way. So let's try this. All right, so as I am getting started with my page, I am gonna tell you the 3-day challenge that is coming up. It's a 3-day journal challenge. And y'all, I actually wrote September 14th on this page, and that's so wrong. I need to cover that up. The 3-day challenge, I saw you, Pine. I'm not gonna forget about stamping. The 3-day challenge that's coming up is $5. It's a quick $5 journal challenge that is going to get you to journal about the good and the great and the good, okay? So those 3 journal entries will not allow you to focus on the not so good. The average person, when they're writing, is typically going to write about what's not going good. And when it comes to writing about the good or a great moment, many people don't know how to be as expressive as they could be. So that's what the challenge is going to be for this week. So it's going to challenge you to write for 3 days, but of course it will be prompted. If you have ordered my journal prompts, you know my journal prompts aren't any foo-foo prompts. They're not going to be like, how was your day? Yeah, they're not basic. I don't know how else to describe it. If anybody has ordered my journal prompts, I guess you could give people a little insight on it. But it's going to be really exciting. And again, it's for Wednesday, but they will actually go on sale tomorrow. Noon Eastern Standard Time. There will be a link where you can purchase. It's $5. And the goal is to get you all to actually post on social media, not your actual page once you start writing, but there will be like layouts and stuff that you can do. And I want to get women into journaling unapologetically and not feel bad about getting their feelings out on paper. And I want to focus on writing good moments are okay. Okay. So again, that will be the challenge for this week. And they will go on sale. The slots will be available and you will get an automatic download. All right, so we got little flowers at the bottom. And then, so these are some stickers that are in my shop. These are journal prompts, and I'm going to pull one of the journal prompts on here. And they actually align with something that's coming up. So I'm going to do, let me see which one I want to do. I actually want to do the one that says, what improvements can you make in your life? And this isn't necessarily a bad one for me, but we are about to go into the 4th quarter. So later this evening, I want to kind of jot a list down. And what I'll do in my regular journal is go into more depth, but over here, I'll do more of a list making type of situation. All right, and it says, what improvements can you make in your life? And so when you're doing your journal moments, you just want to make sure that you're going to be honest with yourself and you're not writing something because it sounds good. It's actually going to be something that you would genuinely improve on. going to add a little border. Awesome, Monique. Yeah, it's just really cool, like when you actually put in the extra time to journal and we don't just stop at, so like for example, y'all, and I love Pinterest, so don't think that I'm throwing shots at Pinterest, because sometimes I do surface journal prompts. And when you hear me refer to surface journal prompts are going to be like, how was your day? What did you wear? Right? So those are going to be surface. And you'll probably hear a lot of people say, I ain't paying her no $5 for no journal prompts, because I do believe most people feel like she's going to give a prompt that says, what color is the sky today? Okay. Well, I would in turn say, when you look into the sky, what colors do you see? How does it make you feel to look up at the sky? What emotion do you feel? So my questions tend to be loaded, right? Okay, so you say you need to learn how to journal, especially during this time in your life. Well, definitely follow me. If you have a Facebook page, follow the group, the official Journal Jot and Jive. That is a free group. I do have a group that is on Patreon. That's where people pay a monthly fee, and we do a theme per month. And that's where the journal prompts are a little more in depth. So we would love to have you over there for sure. All right, y'all, I am actually looking for something. I want to pull these colors in, but before I do that, I know I have to stamp something. So let me see what I'm going to stamp. Something that's within my reach. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Here's the story. Now, y'all remember, these are those stamps you got to be careful. It's like you can't do too much. You can't do too little. So let's see what we have. Oh, it's a little faint, but we're going to let it work. I think these are actually starting to dry out. I think they're starting to dry a little bit, y'all. But yeah, definitely join us over there. Scroll and look at different pages. We have a few ladies who post quite a bit. One thing that I will tell you, I do teach journaling all aspects of your life. Your journal should... Oh, do I have one over here? I don't have any near me. Your journal should read like a book and not a broken record. So I'm a strong believer that your journal should have the great, the good, and the not so good. And the not so good should be fewer and in between. And the reason that tends to outweigh other journal entries is because we haven't really learned to write happy moments and be okay with writing happy moments in your journal. Or we have conditioned ourselves to believe that a lot of happy things aren't happening in our lives, but they really are. But we focus more on the not so good. So I'm really huge on every Monday doing Monday motivation. So Journal Jot and Jive is that's going to be the business page. You can follow that one too, but it's the official Journal Jot and Jive is the group where you'll see kind of journal posts and things in there. Okay, Pine, we're going to cover that up because you know that's not working for me right now. This one right here, we're going to cover this one and put little flowers. Let's just cover that up a little bit. See, y'all, there is no mistake in a journal. You can correct it however you want to. And today we're going to correct it with these little flowers. Then I need to put this date somewhere on here. Because I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one. We wasn't really flowing together. And I don't want that one because that's just too much of that little bold purple. Yeah, y'all, make your journals a little creative. it actually, and I know it sounds weird, like, oh, do I have to decorate my journal? No, you don't. But often when you add other elements to your journal, it makes you want to return back to your journal. So I would encourage trying something new. And we need a date on here. Today is the 16th, correct? I believe it is. Highlighter. Let's work with a highlighter. Okay, so it's been an emotional day. So usually on an emotional day within my journal, I would write what's making me feel emotional. And during that journal moment, if tears fall, I don't stop writing, right? So a lot of people, if they're using a journal and they get emotional, they're going to stop mid-journal entry. Your journal and the tears that come out of your eyes is just adding character to the pages. You might have little wrinkles here and there. Okay. So it's verses. Okay. My condolences. So yeah, I would definitely write. What I would do is set a timer. Never been married, but I have lost my father. It is actually 10 years this year. So if you don't mind me asking, what's your daughter's age? Okay, so she's 25. I was 27. Um, so wives and daughters are going to definitely grieve differently. I definitely was a daddy's girl. Like when I say a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. So first year is difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it's not. Um, One thing that worked for my family and okay, mentally younger. Okay, so it might be a little different. Okay. Find something that may be soothing, because I'm not going to ask you all the details because there's a lot of people on here. Find something that may be soothing or familiar, whether it's a fabric or something like that, and keep that near. In reference to you, set a timer, even if it's for 5 minutes. If you feel like writing, fine. If you don't feel like writing, just set a timer for I'll say 5 to 15 minutes, whichever works for you best, and allow yourself to feel, okay? One thing that I noticed, and me and my mom were actually talking about it the other day, the way my family was structured on my mom's side, the women were so strong. So we were just taught to be like, you just was strong. Like I was telling my mom, I was like, I don't ever remember you crying until my daddy died. And it was at that point that I was like, Lord, let me learn how to feel. And the death of my dad is when I learned how to feel the most. And actually, it's one of the reasons Journal Jot and Jive was developed once I started back writing again. But yes, my thoughts are with you. Okay, y'all. So what I'm doing now is one of my favorite things to do with these mile liners, because I know the hype is huge on mile liners with planners and journals. I write block letters, sort of, kind of, and then I will trace around it with a fine point marker. So that's why when y'all see stuff on Instagram, you may feel like, oh, she does all this stuff neatly. Don't be fooled by this highlighter. No problem. Don't be fooled by the highlighter. This highlighter gives me a lot of leeway. So all I'm doing now is just going around the little letters And that's how you get it to look like you really know how to create block letters from scratch. So you just take that broad tip. And then like I mentioned on here, y'all, my journal topic is what improvements can you make in your life? And so what I'll do is I'll take more than one category, right? Typically when we say what improvements can you make? Hey, what improvements you can make in your life? We'll typically focus on work, y'all. Or if you're a parent, motherhood. Often we lose our identity into those two things. And so I know for a fact one of my improvements is actually getting back to, yeah, I used to be like into makeup. I love thrift shopping. And when I say thrift shopping, I'm like going to find consignment stores where the stuff still has the tags and all of that, but I've gotten away from that. So one of the things that I want to improve on is just getting back to me, because I've lost a lot of that, right? And then, of course, you will have possibly your career goals that you can improve on. Like, do you need to stop procrastinating? You know, it's a lot of us on here. That's our jam, procrastination. And it ain't getting us anywhere, right? So if that's something you need to improve on, by all means, include that, right? But don't allow your job to be the only focus in your improvement. And if you're wondering, these are Stabilo 0.88s. I do not highly recommend going to get them. Are they great marker pens? But they're not cheap, right? So if you're not consistent, that's not something I would say you should invest in right now. Once your journal journey expands and extends and you're consistent, sure. But just to go spend $30 or $40 on some marker pens just to say you have them, nah. Would not suggest that. So this is how I create layouts, y'all, before I even place the pen down. I have had people in the past ask me, like, do you create your journal entry, your layouts before or after? A lot of times it'll be before. Like I told you, I created this one right here. I have no clue how I'll be using this one. I know that I'll be doing this one today just as a nightly recap. I'll put my bullet points, and then in my regular journal is when I'll be extensive in that writing. So that's how you throw a little page quick. Let's go ahead and correct this page since I didn't use this and I ended up skipping a page. Ah, yes, write in the letters. Autism Mom, I used to do that too. Write in the letters. Awesome. All right, so we're going to cover this up. And I have no clue what this page is going to be as of yet. So we will see. Hey, everybody popping in. Haven't seen a lot of y'all in a while. I just felt like creating some journal pages and letting y'all know about the 3-day journal challenge. That will be coming up this week. It's $5. And y'all, I'll actually take some scissors. But guess who doesn't have scissors right now? Hey, Lori. Hey, Kenya. So I've been on the quest to use up washi. This washi roll is about to run out. See how that worked? And I'm telling y'all, I have no clue where I'm going with this page, okay? No clue. Y'all are just on this little journey with me. We're going to pull some colors out of there. And let's see. I need a border and I want a black one. So let's do a black border. This is also a Stabilo. Yes, thanks for sharing that, Pine. Y'all, Pine just talked about gluing pages together. And what she's referring to is if you have a not so good moment in your journal and it's something that you don't want to necessarily keep passing by as you open the pages, you might have just needed to kind of dump that out, like just get it out, but you're not big on tearing your pages out of your journal. Then you glue those pages together so you don't keep reflecting on them. Because so in my case, when I used to write the not so good, like it was the best thing since sliced bread, because y'all, my journals used to literally be a broken record. And I was so dramatic, y'all. Like I would go put on some Mary J. Blige and I would just go through reading the journals, pour a glass of wine, just a little bit off, okay? Just seemed too much at the time. So after a while, I had to do a journal purge. And what my journal purge consists of, yeah, I had to throw some of those out. So what my journal purge consists of, y'all, sometimes I literally will go through, read the journal again. If that journal is just too everything bad, I will submerge it in water and get rid of it. And the only reason is because most of our not so good moments we have stamped in our minds to the point that we could probably still tell you to this day everything step by step by step. And when it comes to good things, most people, we can't tell you like the highlight of our great moments. Because even in a journal moment, most people are taught to write, oh, I got a promotion. You don't talk about how you got the promotion, how it made you feel, what you had on when you got that promotion, how long you've been looking to get that promotion. It's almost like we minimize the great moments and we maximize the not so good moments. So the new thing that I'm working on is getting people to flip it, right? So now if I'm in one of my journals and it's just too heavy, I just have to go and put that in that little water and let it go. So that has helped me over the years. It just also makes me think like I would never want my child to find a journal and feel like nothing in life was important. Like he was an important factor because some of those journals had nothing about him in it. Like it just was a mess. Okay. So yeah, that is something to do. If you need to get a journal moment out, you can do that. You can either write that and then you would take your pages and glue it, and or you can take a regular sheet of paper. I'm talking about old school 3-hole paper. Write what you have to write, rip it up tiny enough that nobody else can see it. If you feel like somebody got time to put it together and glue it, you just take some, put in one trash, some put in another, some wet it up if you got to go through all of that, okay? But that's something that you can do too, where it's not even included in your journal. So those are a couple of ways you can kind of deal with your not so good moments. So let's pull some of these colors out of here. This is not, I mean, it's a little bit of a pink, but not for real. We'll just go in here. And then realize your journal doesn't have to be perfect. Y'all actually like junk journals. Y'all haven't seen me do a lot of junk journal pages, but those are really, really therapeutic. And all junk journal pages is just like different art mediums. And it almost tells a story, and you really don't see a lot of writing on junk journal pages. All right, so let's see what else we're going to add on here. We're going to make this seem like I meant to have all that washi somewhere. We're going to put a random strip right here. We're also going to put the date. I don't have any of my good stamps over here. Fine, like I don't know where they are. Let me look under this desk. Now, one thing with the Stalogy, y'all, and I missed that last comment, y'all. I don't have my computer near me. One thing with the Stalogy, the paper is thin, so it may work for some people. Other people, it may be like, no, ma'am, Pam, like, what do you want me to do with this? So again, I don't really tell people to go out and buy stuff because you see me using it. I actually like teaching people how to start in a plain journal or a notebook. And then once you get into a rhythm of using a journal, I'm all for expanding the different types of journals. But prior to that, please don't go spend all that money and you're not gonna commit to the time. Because a lot of the journals that I buy are like $15 and up. Now, if y'all have any of the pens that are the blackout pens, I'm gonna call them blackout. They can write on top of black. Those are fun to use. It just depends on the type of ink, the type of black. Some black absorbs more into the paper. And then trying to write on top of it is not going to be as easy as the other inks. So it just depends. So this is what I'm talking about. They can typically write on a black. It's a 06. This is a jelly roll. So let's see if it shows up on this one. So this one is showing up pretty cool. I don't know if y'all can see that. If you see it on there. Oh, y'all, I missed that comment. If somebody can just do another short comment like hi or something on there so it can pop back up. So I was looking down. Yes, journaling in your planner. Absolutely, y'all. Like, to my planner babes on here, if you have a lot of planners sitting around the house, you can turn planners into journals for sure. Planners are actually good for short journal moments, inspirational things you want to write down, or if you don't want to overextend on a journal entry. Planners are really, really good. I actually journal in anything, y'all. Like, literally anything. So how was everybody's Monday? Oh, you had a Halloween party? So y'all, if y'all are into affirmations, you can always create an affirmation page in your journal, something that you can reflect on. Oh Lord, Disney. Whew. They do seem like they start out a holidays so fast, like you can't even get out of one before the next one is set up. Really, 2 holidays ahead. I skipped right over my son with that one. I was like, eh. Thank you. Y'all know I'm a floral snob. Thanks. I probably would have been like, I'm ready to go too. Like, I didn't sign up for this. And so, yeah, if y'all ever want to know, like, okay, what kind of affirmations, you decide what you want to affirm in your life, right? If you want affirmations for self-care, if you want affirmations for fitness, if you want affirmations for financial advancement, whatever those are, Google is your friend, okay? You can find a lot of great affirmations on those sites if you can't come up with them on your own. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do affirmations because I'm just not creative. Y'all, if y'all don't Google and rewrite some stuff, everything does not have to come from the top of your head, okay? But you do want to speak positive vibes in your life. Um, Again, everybody knows me by Monday. I say Monday didn't do it to you. Your attitude did. Change your attitude and change your life, right? So that is one of my mottos that I say every week via social media. So whatever it is that you want to see within your week, write the affirmations. But it's one thing just to write the affirmations. It's another thing to say it and actually believe it, okay? You don't want to do stuff because you see everybody else doing it and you don't know why. So if you don't know why you're doing it, I highly suggest you just kind of look up affirmations, the purpose, the point. Is it beneficial to you? Everything that you see people do on social media may not be your walk, okay? And I'm seeing that a lot of people are just going along to get along. And in the end, you're wasting time because that's not your lane and that's not your purpose. So you want to make sure that you're walking in your purpose and your passion. You may not know that right now, but you want to ask for it. You want to think about the things that you like. If you're one of those people right now is like, I don't like my job, that's fine. Okay, you don't like your job, but what are you going to do about it next? Are you going to keep complaining about it every week? Or are you going to start taking out one of those notebooks, one of those planners, one of those things you have sitting around the house? And are you going to say, okay, what's my plan of action? You can utilize your journal for things like that. Like, you want to write what's making you upset about your job. How do you play a role in that, right? You might not like your job, but is your attitude making it worse? And then after you do that, you move forward. If you want to apply for another job, you'll decide, how am I going to start those steps? What is it that I want in the next job that I apply for? And one of the things that I would highly suggest before applying for another job, apply for a better attitude. Because if you're not in the right mental space, the same way you're feeling at your current job, you will transfer over because you haven't dealt with the things that are bothering you in your current place of employment. So that's just a little nugget. And I've learned that from experience, okay? Has nothing to do with the job per se. It's all about your approach. All right, y'all. And so in here is where I will go in and write my affirmations. I'll be clearing up these pages right here. I just don't have no scissors over here. I'm like, let me not say I don't have scissors, y'all. All the scissors I have are those decor scissors. These. Can't cut no edges with that. So I think I'm almost done with y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging around and listening to me. I hope you gained something from this random live. If you haven't opened your journals and you're a part of the J3 crew, open them journals. Go ahead. Make sure you open them up. Get something down. Y'all know how I feel. I don't care if you write, I am worth it. If that's your journal entry for the night, that's your journal entry for the night. You can write, I am worth it, okay? So these are 2 pages that we did today. You see how they kind of go a little bit? We just don't have yellow, but we got the flower, the floral thing going on. So this is where I will be writing what improvements can you make in your life. So that'd be for my life. And then I'm going to write some affirmations to get me through this week that I want to focus on. Thank you. But y'all, I really do. I do miss y'all. Thank you for coming on here. We love having you. So, like I said, y'all, the channel is going to take a slight shift. It's not anything that you haven't seen. It's just going to be more of journal moments. And that will be that. Because I want to get y'all pens moving and y'all into the point where you love journaling. Awesome, Hope. Great, Stacy. Okay, so the last recap, okay? So goal number 1 is everybody writing your journals at some point this week. Strive for 3 days per week. The 3-day journal challenge will be this week. Now, let me say this. It will not be like a boot camp. There won't be a separate group. So if you're not already in the official Journal Jot and Jive group, just go ahead and join that group. This 3-day challenge is just going to prompt and guide you on how to write about positive things, and so that your journal can actually have some good stuff in it, okay? I'm just gonna give y'all a jump start on the good, the great, and the good. There is a sale in my shop that ends at 11:59 tonight. It's 25% off if you spend $12 or more. What I'll do is I'll put that up in the community tab. so that y'all will have the correct link to click on and it'll automatically take that discount off. And yeah, that's that. And I enjoyed y'all. I think I'm going to leave this up for a little bit. It'll probably come down tomorrow. But that's that. And then in reference to the journal session, the 3-day challenge, I will have a link in the community tab on here. There'll be one on Journal Jot and Jive, Instagram, as well as Facebook. So whatever platform, and if you're on my emailing list, you'll get that as well. So you'll be able to find it on one of those platforms. If you know anybody that can benefit from my channel, make sure that you send them over. Even though I'm not posting right now, there is enough journal content where they can learn something and get caught up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that, oh, the girl is still on YouTube. She ain't been here in a while, but she's still here. So make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, all right? So until next time, good night.